Hello, everybody. This is Goldfinger for the Goldfinger Minute, and today I have,
This is Darrell Brown from Expensive Expat.
and he's going to be hitting 20,000 subscribers literally after this video comes out for sure.
I need 11.
You need 11 people, so I'm pretty sure you'll get it. So go on YouTube and look that. Say it again. The
It's EX dash pensive underscore expat.
Here you go. And he's been around. You've been doing this for how long now?
2 years.
So I met you a year ago, roughly.
You were the
Maybe
first person that I met in
Duma.
Dumaguete
Yeah. And I think I did a video with you, but you never actually posted it, did you?
because we didn't have microphones and
Ah, we were at ground zero, as I
we were
remember,
ground zero
so
and there
it's
was people
noisy.
like right there talking
Yep,
loudly
that's
and
that's
yeah.
why I did a do studio. I don't do anything. I'll tell you a funny story though. I don't do anything outside my studio. And the very first time I did that, which was a week ago, with a Paul, um, I'm at McDonald's and I got some McDonald's real quick because I was early and they're open 24 hours. I was too early for ground zero, so I walked over there, got some McDonald's. Guy recognized me. I had met him 6 months earlier. Sat down with him and I says, I want to record with my phone. I've never done it. And I said, and then I'll transfer it to my laptop and we'll do it. So I did an interview. It was really interesting, and he was really excited about. In the 6 months he's been here, he says, "I'm going home. Can't wait. I'm selling everything off. I'm coming back here." Now it was a great interview because he was trying to remember, but he was, I think, in his 70s, early 70s. Didn't look at all, and he was very animated. He was really a great guy. So I go, oh, this is great, and I'm recording, and my hands are getting tired because I don't have microphones. So I'm holding the phone. I'm holding the phone to his face. It's like, and I'm like trying to hold it right to his face, and then I had to switch hands because my arms are getting tired and all this. Got all done. Okay, and I said, "Okay, that's it." And he says, "I have to use the CR," and he got up and left, and I pushed stop, and then I realized now it's recording. It went red, 1, 2, 3. I never pushed record. So I says, "You know what? Let's leave it to the studio. I'm obviously not good at portable recording, lives or things like that, out in public." And it was noisy, and order number 49, blah, blah, blah. People walking by. Then we had some guys sit down and they were really loud. I guarantee it wouldn't come out anyway. So I think he's going
I've
to come
tried a
here.
few times. It just never worked out.
They don't. It's noisy. I had some Filipino boys that sat down near us. They were loud. And I'm going, "Ah, God, shoot, like there's no way to hear it. And they're not going to hear me because I'm behind the phone. Like again, I didn't have lapel mics. I
Right.
wasn't prepared for it. Never would have worked. The with McDonald's saying everything, it was pretty funny though. When I got back, I explained that to Carolyn that I blew it, and she's laughing. What's the most interesting video you've done with the most views?
I have one of my house. And I rented this house for 2,000 pesos a month.
Uh-huh.
It's in the province. It's on a lot of about 500 square meters. And it was so ugly looking that the people, when they came to hook up my fiber optic, would not go inside the house. They were afraid.
They were afraid to go in the house.
Afraid.
What? They thought it was haunted, or
Yeah. Or rats or some kind of thing.
it was that bad?
Yeah. And so I replaced like 20 some broken windows and painted it and did a few things. I had the electrical and all that checked out. And so 2 weeks later, I did a video. And right now, last I checked it, it had 854,000 views.
Oh my goodness!
And then I
Oh my goodness!
had several after that. The follow-ups were about they're running around 50,000, between 45,000 and 50,000 each. Now I'm building
That's awesome, dude.
yeah,
That's totally awesome. You were fairly new when I met you the first time.
yeah,
You were pretty new at recording, and so
right.
that's 800. You want to know the most views I've ever gotten? So I had Daryl's wife come, Janessa, and of course, when you have a
Saw
girl,
her,
and
yeah.
yeah, when you have a girl, you interview. Okay, so I hit almost 6,000
Wow.
views, and I'm going like, what? 6,000? You just blew my bubble.
Did you get a lot of subscribers from that one?
I'm not sure, but, I got a lot of subscribers from my live. I did a live last night, and, first live ever. Uh, 2 hours flew by. It was really interesting. It's really interesting when you do a live. You told me you haven't done a live
Right.
yet. I'm gonna have to show you how to do a live,
I
okay?
I hope to you show me.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do a live. I got a lot of subscribers, or no, I got a lot of hours. I got a lot of hours, which I need because 'cause I'm not
Right, you need the hours.
monetized yet.
Right.
So I got a lot of hours. My hours jumped a lot, like 500 hours. I don't know why I guess they count all the people in 2 hours, and I had regularly 70 people,
Well, it's because somebody's gonna watch it for an hour, even if they only watch half.
yeah.
So that's like if you got a 10-minute video and you get 100 people watch the whole thing, I mean,
I kinda got a lot of to me, I got a lot of subscribers right off the bat. I haven't been at it in a month yet. Let's see, April May 4th will be 1 month that I started the channel, and I'm at, I think, 1,500 subscribers.
I saw your first one, I think you were 300.
It was AI before I even started. I told people I'm gonna be doing I sent people ebooks. I do the free ebooks, as you
Right.
know, and there's gonna be something at the bottom that says how to get your free ebook. And so I just put out on the cover of the ebook that I was sending out, and I did a blast to everybody, that this will be the name of my
I saw the
channel.
blast.
So I said, "This will be the name of my channel. Would you please subscribe?" Well, for 3 weeks, people going, "Well, where's the videos?" Well, I was building this.
I subscribed when I first saw your thing, and then you messaged back, "Thank you."
Yeah, but it took 3 weeks, so maybe more, maybe it was a month and a half, because I had problems with video, with lighting, with sound, with figuring it all
It
out.
takes time.
Yeah. So anyway, the live was interesting last night. First live's 2 hours, and you get people, you get trolls, okay? And the trolls, there's a latency, okay? And you could choose normal latency, which is about 5 minutes, or you could choose less latency, okay, which is about 3 minutes. And then I noticed that when you click the 3 little dots on the right of the person that makes the comment, you have a lot of choices. So you completely block the person. You can give them timeouts, like 30-minute timeouts. I go, "Well, damn, I'm the ruler. I'm the king here," you know? Or you can just remove their comment,
Mhm.
'cause sometimes they comment about other vloggers, in live, it gives you a chance not to have their what they wrote on the side that everybody can see.
Right.
It gives a chance to get rid of it before they say it, because some of them are, you get trolls. What are you gonna do? You get trolls. And one troll, I kept giving him a warning, and he wouldn't. I told him, "Hey, he insisted upon going after me personally." I thought it was kind of funny, from something that happened 15 years ago, 16 years ago. And I said, "Dude, yeah, I had a lawsuit 16 years ago. Big deal. I was in business. I had multiple businesses." And he's going on and on about this lawsuit. Dude, it's been past date. It's already settled. Don't worry about it. And he's going on. And I says, "Okay, I've already asked you a couple times to drop it. You keep going to go on. I'm going to give you a timeout." So I gave him a timeout. Boom. And then everybody else there was saying, "Thank you." I was getting tired of hearing he's such a troll. And then a person wrote me an email last night and said, "I watched it." He says, "Just block this guy permanently."
I would have immediately.
But, I'm trying to be nice. Nice guys finish last,
I
I know.
did I did that. I'd get people like they saw my house in that video and they go, "It looks like a prison." And I said, "Well, I'm an expat, not an ex-con. What would I know?"
Yeah. And then you spent how much money on the place?
About 1,500 US dollars.
It's not much
And I mean, well, so you figure 2,000 less. Every November I pay 25,000 pesos. That's it for the year.
for
A year
a year. For what? The
rent.
25, okay, so you rented it, fixed it up, and you only paid 25,000 pesos for a year's rent.
Yes.
How many bedroom and bathroom?
It's one bedroom, two bath. Well, it's one bedroom, one bathroom, and then there was a garage, which was their outdoor kitchen,
Mm.
and then there was a bathroom for that. So it was like, uh, so now it's a one bedroom, one bath, and then it's a studio, man cave.
So you can rent that out as a
I
separate?
I'm going to rent it out. I have a lot of people that have commented on the channel. They would like to come and check out the province. Okay, so you can come in here, and I will rent this to you for 2 or 3 days. You're 25 minutes from Clark International Airport.
Yeah,
You're 25 minutes from a 1.5 million square foot mall. If you don't like that one, there's another 1.5 million square foot mall in the other direction, about 30
that's
minutes.
incredible.
And there's 7 or 8 other malls all within the same thing.
And
So,
and you're living there now.
yeah.
That's really 25,000 a whole year.
Yeah.
That's
And so I put 1,500 in. So you figure the term of the lease is 3 to 4 years. Okay. And you divide that by less than 3,000. And that's what I pay on
and
average
and
per month,
and
under
for you
100 bucks.
guys, it's about $18 per 1,000 pesos roughly. So you're not paying much. 3,000 pesos. 1836, 46, $54.
No, $35.
35, is it? 1830. Oh, then you're paying. 3,000
30
pesos. You said 3,000 pesos a month?
2,000 pesos a month.
Oh, 2,000 pesos. So $36.
They wanted 2,500, and I was not super excited about it. I said, look, I'll give you 25,000 for the year. I'll give it all to you at one time. No deposit, no nothing. She looks at her husband and goes, okay. They had to walk it through with me. The
That's
husband
crazy.
insisted on walking through with me, and I'd went through there with his son. The son goes, they're not going to rent it to you. They're just going to tear it down and build a mini mansion when they retire and come up from America. And I said, look, just rent it to me. I'll fix it up. Guy goes, okay. So he comes, the owner's brother comes and walks through it to make sure I understand how much work needs to be done on this property. I
Mm.
said, I get it. It's not a problem.
What about the exterior?
I painted it.
What about the grounds? Did you do a patio?
Well, yes,
You did a
I
patio?
did a patio there. Okay. Now there was these windows from the kitchen, and they're kind of ugly and old and kind of rusted. And the lady goes, if you ever want to put a door in the kitchen, it's fine with us. She said it 2 or 3 times. So finally, what I did is I cut out this window was 4 by 3, I think, and I put in French doors.
Oh, cool.
10,000 pesos,
Okay.
labor, materials, everything. And then outside was a patio. Now to cut down a tree, break out the old concrete, put in the new concrete, and then build up this concrete hollow block bar was 140 bucks.
That's it?
Yeah.
We're talking USD.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then I had a cubo built over the top of that,
Nice. They have
and then
shade.
now I have like I had bamboo put around the bar, and then I have these bamboo bar stools. They're 1,250 pesos each, about 20 bucks, and they're
Okay.
solid. They're like 40 pounds. They're like you couldn't tip it over.
Bar chairs, right?
Yeah,
Excuse me, bar chairs.
yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what you weigh, 250 or whatever, but there's no way you could break one of those bar stools. You could park a car on them.
Yeah. Well, bamboo's very strong anyway.
This is the real stuff.
The real stuff. Yeah.
And then I had bamboo 8 foot high all the way around the outside.
Oh,
So
so
now it's like a little resort in there.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Boy, have you got a big good job.
Yeah. It's I love the design process. It's just fun. I don't like the work, but I love the design. Labor here is what it is, and I've just had so much done, and I have so much fun with it. People are going, "You're putting too much money into a house you don't own. They're gonna kick you out." It's like,
So try to guess this man's age, guys.
it's just like
You're gonna be shocked. Okay, give him your age. Go ahead. I'm like shocked.
I turned 70 in December.
That's incredible. You look great. And you came from what state?
California, San Diego.
Oh, San Diego, nice
Yeah.
area.
So I spent some time in Orange County, and I spent more time in the Bay Area, in San Francisco, actually.
Okay, Oh, you spent time in San Francisco. Well, I'm from California too. So,
Yeah, you're from
well, actually, I moved from Cal. I was 55 years in California, and then I went to Las Vegas, Nevada.
right.
But I lived in the San Fernando Valley
Yeah.
for many years.
I live mostly Pacific Beach, Mission Beach, and Point Loma.
So you like the cooler ocean.
I just like close to the ocean.
You like close to the ocean,
Yeah.
and I don't like ocean. So I really just don't like. I don't like salt water. I don't like sand. I like the girls; they're cute, but
Well,
but I don't like the sand. I don't like salt. I don't like salt water. It's funny. I'll go a lake way before I'll go to an ocean. I like fresh water.
I don't like. I didn't like it when I lived in the Northwest.
Ah,
Okay. But when it's warm and you're walking down the boardwalk when you're 17, 18, and there's girls
oh yeah,
everywhere in
yeah,
bikinis,
yeah.
I used to think to myself, this is God's country.
Oh yeah, you
I
can't
mean,
beat beach blondes.
and there's what, 500,000 college students. There's like 30 universities and colleges from San Diego State and UCSD to the little small ones.
So
I mean,
that's cool.
plus the normal population,
And what
plus
was your
tourists.
occupation before you retired?
Well, I was in, I owned a mortgage banking company. So I did,
Okay.
and then the last few years after 2007, I did construction, outdoor hardscape.
Oh, so you're qualified to do all the construction yourself.
Yeah. Well, I just learned how to do everything when I retired.
Oh, okay.
Before that, it was,
And
I
so
did great work,
so
but
you're not retired.
I retired. Yeah.
Well, you're not retired. You're doing vlogging, you're building a house.
Yeah.
You're retired, but you don't have to do it, but you do it.
You know
Something.
what? I came here to build some houses and to build a little subdivision, and I was going to have fun with it. I'm so glad that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So glad.
Yeah. It might be a nightmare.
So many expats, they're on their way here. They got this grand scheme of things. I'm going to get to Valencia. I'm going to list a house for 50 years. I'm going to do all this stuff. and they're probably going to get here and hate it or something, you know. I intended to be doing living in Valencia or these other places, and I got stuck in the province because I crashed a car and had to pay for it. And I ended up loving it there.
Mm.
And then I love Baguio. I mean, there's so much positive stuff about
I haven't
northern
you've
Luzon.
traveled a lot more than I have in the Philippines because I haven't been to a lot of
Well, I've got the
places.
little place there. If you guys want to come and stay,
Ah,
it's free. Okay,
okay.
just come and stay.
We're all coming, so all, I have 1,500 subscribers.
Yes,
We'll be
yes,
there next week.
yes. We'll have a housewarming for you.
We'll have a party.
Yeah,
Bring your own booze. Okay, so so that's cool. And you retired at what age?
67.
So you went to the full full
I
term.
would have retired at 65, except for COVID came, and I was planning on coming to
Ah,
the Philippines. And then you got locked. I got locked out. Then finally, and this was the part of the story we were asked about coming here. It was January of 2022. I'm tired of waiting for the Philippines to open up. I'm looking around. I'm watching this guy called Harold Balder,
okay.
and he was in Nepal, and he woke up. He walked out these little tea houses to the these places up in the Himalayas. I say, you know what? I'm just going to go there. And then so I started to make my tickets one night, and it was raining outside. I left my wallet in the truck.
Yeah.
I'll make my reservations tomorrow. So then I woke up the next day, turned on YouTube, and the Philippines had just opened up
Oh, well, that's good. When I
that night.
Yeah. See, now I had a ticket to leave on March 25th of 2020, I think, and they closed the Philippines down on the 20th. And then the company I bought the ticket from, which was a private broker, said I called them. I says they said, "Don't worry, we got your ticket. It's okay. We'll have credit for you. We'll rebook it in a few months when everything." Of course, now we know the few
It didn't
months. Yeah,
happen.
it didn't happen. And then I called them back 6 to 8 months later. They went bankrupt, and so I lost my money. And so
We would have been here about the same time.
that's crazy. But I had to wait. I ended up going to Mexico,
Yeah.
but I couldn't take the
And then you
U.S.
sent your boxes to Old Dog, and then you
Yeah,
went somewhere. You went to Thailand.
I went to Mexico for 2 years, which didn't require all the requirements they had in the U.S., just a mask, and they didn't. And they uh, literally, I was quarantined to my apartment in the Las Vegas, Nevada. I couldn't leave my apartment. There was a period of time around the fourth month of COVID that they decided you can't have anybody that's over a certain age. I believe it was 55 or 60, which I was, could not leave their home. Period. Period. And after about 3 months of that, I said, I'm going to start raving mad. I had to order food to be delivered. I couldn't go to the gyms were closed, restaurants were closed for a while, casinos were closing up. I'm not even allowed to go there. I'm not allowed to, I have a car, I can't drive it. I can't go out. And if I do, I'm going to get a ticket or be arrested. I couldn't have people over. If you had people over, the neighbor could turn you in, and everybody will get a fine. It was crazy. It just got. I said I'm done, so I went to Mexico. So 2 years in Mexico, learned Spanish. Like Mexico, it's very similar to here, but they do not speak much English, and um, you're not going to be finding the women there are very nice, but you're not going to be finding a 25 or 35-year-old girl. You're going to find someone that, me being around 60 at the time, I'm going to find someone that's 55 to 60 years old, which is normal. Okay, it's the same as the U.S. And I just wasn't, I was getting tired of Mexican food, to be honest with you. And my love was to come here, and I was really getting tired of Mexico. So I went to Thailand for 6 months. They have great food. They have great infrastructure, but they don't have good visas. You can't stay very long unless you spend a lot of money and buy a long-term
Yeah.
uh, visa. So literally had to go out and in a couple times in order to stay there for 6 months. And I got tired of that. And I go, well, they don't have 6 month. Well, they don't have it here anymore. But they didn't. At the time, they used to have 6 month visas here, but now they ended that last year. But in any case, so I came over here. They started doing quarantines, and I said, okay, it's going to be dropping soon. So I said, I'm waiting for them to drop it, and then I'll book to come over here because it was always my plan to come here.
Yeah.
I knew Paul for a very long time, and I had followed him before
Right.
he had 1,000 subscribers. I subscribed to him. So from
I think I
2019,
did too. I think he had less than 1,000.
yeah, he had less than 1,000, and I think it was 2019 when I subscribed to him. And I've been in contact with him. Like you said, I sent him my Balak Beyond boxes. in January of 2020. So all my stuff was sent out, all my personal stuff, everything, because I plan on leaving. They said it would take up to 3 months for my boxes to arrive because it goes by ship. So I had a ticket for March 25th. So in January, I shipped 8 boxes to him. And then I'm paying him to store it, and he's moving from one place to another. It's kind of a pain. So he ended up, I said, you know what? I'm not coming there. It's not happening. When I was in Mexico after a year and a half, I says, you know what? uh, do a video on it. I said, there's a lot of great stuff in there. There's a lot of cooking stuff. May had a cooking channel at the time. I said, give the cooking stuff to May. I said, I don't care if you donate it, buy it, sell, keep it for yourself, or sell it and raise funds for the kids. Because at that time, I used to pay for orphanages out here, and I was sending him and May money to help her cook and also cook for the needy for people. So I said, just I washed my hands of it. I can't even remember what it was anyway. I mean, it was all kinds of stuff: blankets, sheets, clothes, brand new shoes.
Would you have sent it all if you had to do over again?
Well, we never know when something like COVID's going to hit. Of course, nobody knew that
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to happen. Okay. Did I lose a lot of money? Yeah, because I bought brand new stuff, brand new clothes, shoes. I was told that because of my size, I needed, so I had a lot of clothes, and I had all my tools and a bicycle. I was riding bikes at the time, so I had I think a 21 or 27 speed bicycle, something like that. Really nice one. And I sent a boat. I sent a boat to him. Seriously.
A blow-up boat?
Oh, it was a one of the expensive Nautilus type boat, heavy rubber, and it
Okay.
had a motor mount, a motor. I broke it all down and I put it in 2 boxes. And I actually put it for the rubber was so big because it was like about a 4-person, 6-person boat. It was such a big boat, and I tried to sell it and it wouldn't sell, and I figured, never mind, I'm not going to sell it. So I literally put 2 boxes together, too high, and just paid for 2 boxes. They said I could do that.
They did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I used plywood. They didn't have a weight limit, so I used plywood, and on the inside, the box on the outside, taped it, sealed it. Um, Literally had a power staple it and everything like that. So they shipped it. So I just paid for 2 boxes. It was
Nice.
it was an oversight. But he gave the boat to a relative, and they were, as far as I know, they're still using it for fishing. But that's the way I'm. See, I'm talking too much. Go ahead, Daryl. Tell
No, no,
us more
no,
about
no,
you.
no.
So those are days. Those So the question was, would I do it again? I don't recommend it.
Because people, the biggest problem for me, and I talk about all my problems in my videos, was how do I deal with all the stuff? Do I buy a big container, ship with everything over?
It's
Get
just not worth it because customs can get into it and charge you a lot of money for customs. Luckily, I didn't have that. Also,
oh,
I've heard of people that sent ballot bomb boxes, which is what it's called, and they pay $150 a box.
box.
And then when they get it, there's things, electronics missing out of the box.
Well, I tell people basically, come with a backpack and what you need.
Yeah.
If you
It's,
got 10 boxes worth of stuff, just number them 1 through 10. And a year later, 6 months, when you decide to plant roots and rent a house and be there, then have them send box number 1, 7, and 10. And the rest of it, you're not gonna want. I brought 5 boxes and I needed less, maybe 2 boxes would have been the most.
I had bought bottles of Tylenol in there and other things of like peanut butter. I was told it's difficult to find peanut butter, which is not, but that's what I was told. I mean, I didn't know anything when
That's what I mean. I mean,
I sent a lot of stuff I didn't need to send. I sent a barbecue with everything but the propane tank. A whole camp. I bought a whole camping outfit because they said dirty kitchen, and my idea was like we're camping out there. So I sent everything but the tent. I bought a Coleman stove that had a table. I bought the trees that you put onto the propane tank that so you have different connections on it. I bought 3 brand new lanterns, mantles, okay, and extra glass and plastic cases to put it in. I spent a lot of money. I don't know where it all went. He gave it away, but that was the deal. So do I recommend it? No, let it go. Let it go.
get
You
rid
can
of it.
get all that stuff here. You can get Coleman stuff. Amazon will ship here. It just let it go.
My experience is that from my perspective, and again, has a lot more to do with being in the province,
Mm,
okay, is that most of the stuff that I thought was important to me, because I've been through the changes that I've been through as a result of being in the Philippines. In the first year and a half, maybe I spoke to 3 or 4 Western guys when I'm standing in line at the hypermarket.
mhm.
Other than that, I didn't speak to another Western person until I came to Dumaguete that time, and I'd been here a year and a half.
Yeah, I came straight to Dumaguete, and I went straight to ground zero.
Yeah.
because I'm a people person.
Yeah, you're
So
the first person I met.
yeah, I go to people that come in and say, "Are you new here?" I mean,
You did.
I think I approached you. I'm sure I
You
did.
did.
Maybe I bought you breakfast. I try to buy everybody their first breakfast when they
I think
get
you bought
here.
my coffee or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I usually do. So because I'm just that's just me.
Well, that experience, I've mentioned it. I can't even I don't even remember how many times I've mentioned it.
Really,
Yeah.
it makes a difference. You
Yeah.
get a good positive
I got a good
feel,
positive. Yeah.
and I know and I that's why I do it to people. And
Say you're approaching me, call it welcoming, um, is one of the main reasons why I'm so upbeat about Dumaguete as a place to land. Whether you lived here forever,
it's
doesn't matter.
changed a lot, unfortunately, it has, but because a lot of people want to, we're a lot of older people here, and uh, not all of them are friendly. There's a lot of people that just want to have girls and drink alcohol.
But when you first get off the boat, it's not a bad place to be.
No, it's not, and I like it. I like it
That's what I
here. I'm
meant.
not moving. I'm my roots are here.
You know, your home's where your family is.
So yeah, and there's a lot of good guys. So I call them the real expats of Dumaguete,
Yeah.
and I've coined that a few times. Actually, Paul started the coining of that real expats, and he dropped it, and I said, there really is a difference between expats and real expats. Real expats make a difference here. They're friendly. They help you. They donate. They donate their time. I've had many people help me putting together helmets and passing them out to the children in schools. Fans. Danny Dubois did fans for the schools, which I'm doing a project this summer. Fans in classrooms, and I could count on the real expats to show up if I put it out there. Hey, I need 20 guys. I need 20 people. Bring your tools. You're gonna need a pliers, screwdriver, blah, blah. But I said I have all the parts and everything else. Then I'll ask a friend um, who has a van or something, and I'll ask two or three people, can you haul it out there? Uh,
There's like 3 expats where I live.
yeah, you're definitely way out in the province.
Cool thing is, I'm about a 50 peso ride from SM Clark.
Okay,
It's 25 minutes to, Clark International Airport.
okay,
Walking Street is everything's 25 minutes.
25 minutes,
Yeah, I don't
and
go to Walking
that's
Street, but it's there.
by
It's
you.
just
You
there.
ride a bike?
No,
No. How do you get there?
jeepney.
Jeepney.
When I had a car, I used to drive.
Okay.
It's even less if you're driving, it's 20 minutes. It's 8 kilometers, 10
Do you
kilometers.
ever use scooters? You ever ridden a scooter or a
Oh, I'm
bike?
too old to run a leg.
Okay, I understand. I'm starting to get that way too.
I had scooters when I lived in, Pacific Beach in California,
Mm,
Point Loma.
yeah. My fiance, she rents scooters out. It's called Easy Rider Rentals. There's the plug. But I'm getting too old for a scooter. I notice it's getting very hot with a full helmet on, and I'm taking a bottle of chilled water, frozen water from the night before. I'll fill it and put it in the freezer, and I'm starting to get I'm getting too weak.
I'm concerned about my balance.
Right.
Um, what if my reactions aren't quick enough?
Oh, well, that's a yeah, that's a good
And you know what?
happens.
From living in the province and taking jeepneys, and things, I just don't mind because in my mind, which is what happens to all of us, when we think about going to the store, we know how long it takes to get there. And in my mind, I'm on a jeepney and it doesn't matter exactly what time I get there. I'm retired for Christ's
It's
sake.
cheap. I just don't. I don't really like being that close to other people. Um,
To
but
me, it's when you're out in the province that those are your choices, or you take a
yeah, that's
trike.
true.
You know.
Now you say you took a bus down here, and give us a little story about the bus.
Oh,
That was a
geez.
whole story in itself.
Okay. Pro tip: if you're in a smaller town and you see the three-quarter size buses with a door on the side, you might want to wait for the air-conditioned bus.
Oh yes.
So the little bus is like a upscale jeepney, and it will stop literally. We had stops at less than 100 meters apart.
What?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's like yeah,
it's like a jeepney,
but it's traveling a
but
long
it
distance
travels,
doing that.
50 kilometers.
Okay, so it's traveling a long distance, but it's making lots of stops.
Like
And
I was asking her. I said, "Would you say there was 30 or 40 stops?" She goes, Over 100."
that kills a lot of time. And
And
then
no aircon, so
yeah,
the
that's
windows are open. The one I was in, it rattled, the brakes squeaked seriously, and, I didn't fear for my life. It was just extremely uncomfortable and bumpy, bumpy. I mean, no shocks,
no shocks. Okay.
but that's, like, kind of the exception. That's not the rule. The rule is you get in this nice bus, it's comfortable seats, close your eyes, relax, and you look out the window, it's air conditioned. That's how it should be. You just wanna be
And you
sure
can
that
fall asleep and take a nap. You don't have to worry about
you
anything.
wanna make sure you
Yeah.
get the
I
aircon
take it you
bus.
didn't get a nap.
No.
No. So, and the bus that's air conditioned, the wait for that one
It
wa
would have been, if I would have waited another 45 minutes, I would have got that one, but what did I know? I didn't know there
I
was different
understand. Well,
buses.
you'll know now.
I know
And
now.
that's how we go
This is
outside
how
our
we
comfort zone.
learn.
That's how you learn.
Yeah,
And in that one, it probably is a smoother ride. Okay, has a
much
heavier,
smoother.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can sleep, lean
2
back.
stops, 2 stops.
So this is that normally. How many hours does that bus take to get
Well,
here?
from Escalante, which is at the top of Negros Occidental,
Okay,
all the way down here to the bottom, 6 hours.
and your bus that you took
Uh,
was
at least 8, close to 10,
because of all the stops, 8 to 10 hours. Shoot. Well, and I don't want to say that. I want to say something else,
And
but
that
I'm
was
not
8
going to
to
say
10
that.
hours with no aircon, windows open, rattling.
So when you got here, you weren't. You needed to go
The
right
only
to a
thing missing
hotel.
was crying babies and chickens.
Oh my God. Yeah, chickens. I've been
Ah.
I've been on a bus once there was chickens. I was thinking about some of the movies I saw. I thought they were all made up. No, lady had a chicken in a cage, but she had a chicken and the thing was squawking and stuff. And I was like, are you serious? That was
Roosters
in Mexico though.
roosters actually won't squawk unless they can raise their head way up.
Yeah.
So the little,
The chickens make noises.
chickens, they don't need anything to make a noise.
Yeah.
I was joking because it was chickens don't really bother me that much. The
Well, now
roosters,
the roosters, they're
the
loud.
the hardcore ones,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they're loud.
S
Yeah.
s
And where you live now, do you hear
Not
roosters?
many. I live in an older subdivision where they started tearing down the houses
Mm,
and building mini mansions.
okay.
So, that's the reason that the owners of my property who live in Florida bought it. They're gonna scrape the house and build a mini mansion.
Okay.
And, what I did is I just said, "Look, just rent it to me. I'll pay you this money," and they did. And I did everything but replace the roof so far.
Now, you showed up this time at my studio with a girl.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about, and her name is Mhikay, I believe.
she's a nice girl.
Okay. I know she's a province girl.
She's a province girl.
What age?
Well, we met online, and,
You're avoiding the answer. She's a cute little thing.
she
I'm
is.
sure she's too shy, but I'll take a group picture and put it on the
She's still in
thumbnail.
college. She's still in college.
She's still in college.
Yeah.
So she's 20,
Yeah. 1.
20,
21.
and she's a cute little thing. She's a sweetheart. Now, how'd you meet her?
Um, she had her picture on, where people just have their pictures there, and I said, "Oh, cute picture." And she messaged me back, and she said, "Thank you." And she lied about her age. She said it was 24, 25. I don't remember. Because anytime they say that their birthday is the year 2000, I found out it's not 2000. It's something other than 2000.
Huh.
Either they're 10 or they're 30, but never exactly 25. So at least that's
You
been
do
my.
have to be careful here. I had a friend that they were told was 21, and he never checked the ID or anything, and they were spending quite a bit of time together, including personal time, and turned out she was 16 or 17.
Well,
And because all Filipinas look very young here,
you know,
and she looked very young, but he says, well, she says she's 20, 21, 22, and I says, well, have you checked her ID? He says, no. I says, you might want to do that and make sure it's a real ID because, and he
well,
did, and he said, oh
I said
no,
it's got to be government ID.
yeah, it's gonna be a government issued ID.
Yeah.
So I warn expats because they don't always tell you the truth on their age.
And that includes meeting the parents.
Yeah,
So I met the family
that's good. You met the
I met
parents.
the family on Sunday, and they're okay with it.
Now, there's a big difference in age gap. How is that affecting your relationship with her?
Well, truth be told, when I was 50, my girlfriend was the same age.
Okay.
My son goes, "Dad, you've been dating in the same age group forever." I said, "Max, when I get it correct, I'll move along." But one of the craziest girls I ever met, she was 50 when I was like 58. We got along fine, but I mean, it's kind of different, but it's not bad different. I mean, when you meet a girl your age and you've all been to the same places, and you've all done the same things, and is all of that kind of thing, that's one thing. When you've got a girl who's younger and you encouraging her to explore in her life and grow. In a sense, that's the way that was with my son, and I was so proud of all the things that he did, and it was, so exciting to be part of all these changes and things in his life. You don't get that with someone 70 years old,
Okay.
aside from looks or whatever. And so, coming here, I mean, I'm looking over at her, and she's got almost a grin on her face, and her eyes are big, and she's looking around. She had never been 100 kilometers from home
Oh my goodness.
in her life.
And so she's extremely naive.
Smart as a whip,
That's
but
good.
just, not a lot of life experiences.
How long have you been together?
Well, we've been talking since December.
Okay.
So together, I mean, you just got to kind of figure out, if you ask her, she'll
A
give
little
you
over.
one date. You ask me, I'll give you another date.
So it's roughly 5 months plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how long we've been talking.
Okay. And she came with you on this trip.
Yes.
Okay. Is she going to be moving into the house?
No.
Not at
Uh,
all. That was a definite no. That was a strict no there.
no. Well, actually, her mother, when I was chatting with her mother, first thing her mother said is, I want her to finish school. I
Okay.
said, so do I.
Which school is she? Is she
She's
taking
going
college
to, yeah, it's a something university there in Escalante.
in Escalante?
Yeah.
Do
It's
you
a
know what?
Catholic university.
Do you know what her subject? What she's taking?
She was in business, some sort.
Business subject. So
Yeah.
how hospitality or something of that nature or actual business.
Well, business. I mean, what do you know when
I
you
don't
don't
know.
know?
I don't.
I didn't know at 21.
How good is her English?
Not bad.
Okay, 'cause she's very shy, so she doesn't talk much.
Right.
Do you think she'd come in here
I told her that she should come and talk to you.
on video?
Well, you might start talking and then show her what the video looks like and see what she
Why
says.
don't you just come in here, just talk to her? You don't have to tell her it's on. Have her come on in.
Right now?
Yes,
All right.
I'm sure my viewers would like to meet her. She's a sweetheart.
She really is.
Yeah. So,
Well,
and
just like, who was the girl that you interviewed the other day?
Janessa is married to Hawkeye, and she's a very sweet person too. You could tell when you
Yeah,
talk to her.
probably about the same.
Yeah, have her come in here, and I'll just do a quick interview. So anyway, Darrell's going out to go get Mhikay, and sorry, you guys have to wait. I might edit this out, so if you see if I shut this off and then come back on, hopefully Mhikay will be sitting in the chair. Um, it's interesting, and I know the guys want to know if they could find someone here uh, that's sweet, nice, not necessarily that young, but most Filipinos from the province are um, very sweet, extremely naive. You have to be very careful. You can't be aggressive. They don't use foul language here. This is a Holy Week right here, right now, so a lot of things are closed. Yeah. Hi, come on in. Have a seat. If you want to have a chair, I have no, right there in that chair, and then I'll have Darrell sit in the stool. You could adjust that for her because I'll the microphone, just the chair and the microphone for her. Okay, you're gonna talk to me. We're just gonna talk, and if you don't like it, we could always shut it off. Okay.
We were asking about school, and I didn't really know. So he said, "Well, Brandon, we're asking about school."
So tell me a little bit about. You might have to lower the microphone a little bit for her, if you can. What is your height, McKay?
Oh, I think 1.8,
One what?
1.8.
1.8. So that's meters. Okay, somebody's gonna have to do the math for me on that one.
448.
Oh, yeah, 4.8.
McKay, I'm going to change the volume for you because you have a very soft voice. Guys, I'm not sure if it's going to come out or not, but I'm going to try something. Just say hello, McKay.
Hello.
Okay, that might work a little better. I'll try that.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a loud voice. You have a very soft voice. Now you're going to school,
Yeah,
college.
yeah.
And what are you taking in college?
Bachelor of Science, Business.
A little louder.
Business.
Business.
Yeah.
Bachelor of Science.
Business Administration.
Business Administration. Okay.
Financial Management.
Okay, so I got it up as loud as I can 'cause you're so soft. Okay, now you should talk right into put it right to your lips
Okay.
because you're so soft. Okay, and what is your age?
20 years old.
Are you 20 or 21?
21, coming 21.
Almost 20. You're going to be 21?
Yeah,
Okay. You have sisters and brothers?
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your sisters and brothers. You have how many sisters and brothers?
My one sister and one brother.
Okay, older or younger?
He's older and younger.
Which
I'm a
one?
middle.
The sister is older or
Yeah,
younger? She's older?
yeah.
Yeah, but older sister. What does she do?
Just getting married.
She's getting married. Go. Well, tell her
Yeah.
congratulations. What's her name?
Ivy me, Vergara.
What is it?
Ivy me.
Say it again.
Ivy me.
I'm not sure if I'm getting that.
I don't even. I mean,
Ivy
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Ivy me. Okay, and she's what age?
25.
She's 25. And your brother?
18.
A-
18 years old.
And what's his name?
Benji Vergara.
Benji. I like that name. And say hi to them because they can watch you. Yeah, yeah. Just go ahead. It's okay, sweetheart. You can just say hi to them.
Hi.
Don't be so shy. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay.
Sorry.
You're doing great. Okay, so that's my camera. I'm trying to adjust it for her, and I'm gonna keep going to the right camera. Mine's Our camera's the left one, so we're gonna get you a little closer. Okay, so I'm gonna get you. Now, how many years are gonna be going to school?
4 years.
And let's get mine correct. 4 years, and you have how many years left?
2 years.
3 years left. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that'll give you a bachelor's or a master's.
Bachelor.
That'll get you the bachelor's.
Yeah.
Okay. And where is school? What city?
Carmel and Escalante City.
Okay. And you grew up in the province.
Yeah.
Is there a name for that province area?
Yes.
What's the name, dear?
Barangay Tamlang.
Barangay
Tamlang.
Tamla?
Yeah.
Come on, Darrell, you got to know too. Darrell's looking, shaking his shoulders like, I don't know.
she sent it to me because I was going to look it up.
We're not going to hear you, unfortunately. These mics will definitely cut you out. But I'm sorry, I don't have a third mic set up. Otherwise, I'd put you on. You can sit next to her if you want to be in the picture, though, and then we might be able to read your lips. These are very directional mics. Yeah, she's cute. So let's see, what else? Have you ever been with an American before?
No. Not
This is the
yet.
first time.
Yes.
Why did you say hi or even talk to Darrell? What was it about him that you liked? It's okay. What did you like about Darrell?
Why did you decide to talk to me?
Nothing.
Nothing. Were you looking for a boyfriend?
Yeah.
You were looking. And were you looking for a foreigner?
Yes.
Why? My people the people want to know, why did you want a foreigner over a Filipino?
I want to.
You just prefer that?
Yeah.
They could provide for you better, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe. You think they're different than Filipinos?
Yes.
In what way are they different?
Foreigner is kind and loving.
Kind and loving for a
Yes.
foreigner. That's very true.
Yeah.
More so than a Filipino, I guess. Yes. Okay. But we don't talk anything negative. But Filipinos are wonderful people too. Actually, all Filipinos are wonderful people.
Yes.
I've lived here 2 years and I'm very happy to be here. And obviously, I have a Filipina fiance. We'll get married one day. Um, so that's good. This is all new for you then. Traveling is new for you.
Yes.
You've never traveled
Mm.
ever, any
This is my
place,
first time.
and you're 8 to 10 hours from home,
Yes.
and you've never gone anywhere. Yeah, that's interesting too. You've been in a very close circle, close to home. You live at home.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then you go to school. So how do you get to school? A jeepney or
Jeepney.
you use jeepney to go to school? Okay.
Sometimes motorcycle.
Oh, so you know how to ride a motorbike, or you take a ride on a motorbike. You use like a Grab or someone drives you, or you have your own motorbike.
I ride.
Do you ride on the back?
Yeah.
And so who's driving it? Do you pay them or is it a
My
relative?
brother.
Your brother has a bike. It's his bike?
Motorcycle.
Yeah, it's his motorbike. I'm sorry, I say bicycle. But when we say the US, we say bike, we mean motorbike. But I
Hi.
understand a bicycle is a
Yeah,
bike.
okay, sorry.
It's a little different. So your brother has a motorcycle.
Yes.
Okay. And he's what age again? 15, was it? No. How
Eight,
old was your brother?
18. 18
18.
years old.
So he's been riding since how long?
What?
How many years has your brother been riding? Since what age?
16.
So is it normal for boys to ride very young age? Is it normal if they have a motorbike they ride
Yes.
young by themselves
Yes.
with a helmet?
No.
Do you wear a helmet?
No.
Why not?
I don't have helmet.
We're gonna give you a helmet before you leave. You're gonna get a free helmet. How's that?
Really?
Yeah, I
Thank you.
provide helmets to children, and you're very small, so you're not a child, but the helmets will fit you just fine. So we'll give you a helmet. Is that okay? And she can take it back. Yeah. All right, we'll get you a helmet, so you'll have your helmet because safety is important. And maybe if maybe get your does your brother own a helmet? Yeah, we'll see if we'll get him a helmet too. But that's a lot to carry back. Is that a? It's not a problem. Okay, we'll get you a pair of helmets. That's fine. Is there anything you'd like to say to your family or friends?
Yes.
What?
Eh, Hello.
Well, more than hello. Are you having a good time in Dumaguete?
Yes.
And is Darrell treating you good? Because if he's not, I'm going to kick his butt. Is
Yes.
Darrell being a nice man? Is it a good experience? You can be honest. It's
I'm
is it
so happy.
You're so happy?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you too. That's sweet. That's good. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. It's probably gone a little too long already, but I appreciate you, McKay, talking because I know you're shy and this is a big step. But it, it, a lot of people want to know in other countries what it's like to be with a Filipina here in the Philippines, and they're worried they'll come here and they won't find somebody because we have problems back in our countries in the big cities that Philippines doesn't have political problems, social problems. So, do you think there would be other? You go to college with lots of young people of your own age. Do
Mm.
you think it would be difficult for, say, a foreigner to find a nice Filipina like you? Would it be a problem, or you think it'd be okay? What do you think? Yeah, if they came and you think this it's a possibility they could find someone like you to be with?
No.
Do you have friends that say they want to date?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and do they want to date foreigners? No?
No.
Why did you then? Why did you date a foreigner if they don't want to? It's okay. You're all fine, sweetie. You're fine. Don't hide. Come back up. Don't hide. It's just that you must have some friends that want to date foreigners. Yeah, somebody?
Somebody.
Yeah, there's always one or two, right? Okay, yeah, we're most of us are very good people. Okay. Um, so I appreciate you coming, McKay, on the channel. I enjoyed talking to you. I'm going to probably edit a few things possibly. But other than that, we'll put it up there and Darrell will get a copy. He'll put it up on his. So it'll be, he does YouTube too.
Yes.
Has he ever done a video of you? Oh, he has, huh? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. She's so scared. Okay. Okay, so he hasn't done it. So this will be the first video for you on YouTube, huh? All right, that's cool. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
You take care. And I'm just gonna say goodbye to Darrell. We're gonna cut this off now. It's gotten pretty long, but thank you, Darrell, for both of you, and appreciate it. Take care. This is the Goldfinger from the Goldfinger Minute. You guys take care. Bye.
Bye.